Hey, evening. This is Donna Lewis Studios coming to you way too late because I ended up watching a lot of Star Wars and Obi-Wan Kenobi this afternoon. I apologize for that. But I wanted to make sure that I did a spicy take Sunday, and I guess the take this week is it's it's okay to share your story. This might seem this might seem incredibly duh that you're allowed to talk about yourself, you're allowed to share your story, but in my life, it's been not always well received. If I talk about my passions, my gifts, what God has entrusted me with, my talents, sometimes that hasn't been well received by people. And so I've had to take it upon myself to be incredibly me and to trust God that even when things aren't going my way, even when I don't have the full support of everyone, that I still keep going and keep trying because He sustains me. I recently published a book, White and Gold, and I went through years. I first wrote it in 2016 as part of a creative writing class in college. And now in 2026, it's done. So it's literally been 10 years. I started seriously working on it in 2018 after my after around the time that my niece passed away. It was in the years after that that it took me a long time. It took me a long time to process through her death and to work on the book and to process through a lot of the different challenges. I was told today, no, it was yesterday. It's been a weird long day, but I'm okay. That I shape my world around me based on the people I'm around. And it's true because I'm a peacemaker and a fixer, and I want everybody to just get along and sing kumbaya. And sometimes that doesn't go so well. So I've shaped my life in order to please other people. And it's taken me almost 10 years to learn that I shouldn't do that for everybody. That not everybody deserves a seat at my table. That not everybody, even though they love me, not everybody has my best interests in mind all the times. Because without Jesus, human beings are inherently selfish. And we're going to run across people who need more money from you. People who will deliberately delay projects because they have other projects to do. Someone I worked on the book with. Don't know them personally, not going to name names. That would be inconsiderate of me and rude and not Jesus-like, so I'm just not going to do it. But my point is, through every hardship that I've experienced in writing this book, getting an illustrator to work on this book, asking for help from family and friends and stuff, God's always been with me. And the people who were closest to me knew that I was going to get it done. I appreciate them for that. And some of the ones were like, weren't you? That's okay. I'm not mad about it. It's just life. And I'm glad that it's done now. And I just felt like God was telling me to give some more praise to Him today and some more thanks for getting the book done, and to just talk about a little bit of my testimony in this. That if I had tried to publish this book when I had first written it, it would have been a completely different story. There would have been a lot more anxiety and anger in society when I first wrote it because of what was going on then. Not just politically, but in my own life, there was a lot of turmoil. And 10 years later, God has brought me to a place of peace and provision and confidence. I wanted to say pride, but it's not the right word. Confidence in my own voice. And I guess I can take pride in my own voice because the voice that God gave me. And like Paul, when I speak and when I say things, and I want it to all be to the glory of Him. I don't want me to be speaking. I want Him to be speaking through me. So what I say is whenever I take pride in the book or in what I've accomplished or anything, what I want you guys to hear is thank you, God. That's done. Thank you, God, that you've sustained me. Thank you, God, that you've brought me to a place of peace. And where I can look at the world around me and be like, okay, I can shape things too. It doesn't have to be about other people and what they need from me. I can move things too. And I can shape things, and I can, within the realm of God's power, work with Him to make the world a better place in my own way. So, all of that to say, I will be reading part of the prologue from my book. I'll be reading, no, not part of the prologue. Tomorrow I will be reading you guys the prologue from my book, and I hope that you guys enjoy it and that maybe you want to read a little bit more. Who knows? But I want to thank you and everyone who, over the years, who has supported me and who has had my back. Whether it's been when I was back in South Carolina when all of this happened, or whether you're with me now up here in Michigan. Either way, I appreciate you and I love you. And I know that some of the South Carolina people are still here, and you know who you are, and you know I really appreciate it. But yeah, I have two verses, two life verses. The third one would obviously be, well, maybe not obviously to you, because I'm me, but is Matthew, Sex with the Sparrows. But I have two verses in Isaiah I want to share with you. First one is Isaiah 58:11. The Lord will guide you continually, giving you water when you are dry and restoring your strength. You will be like a well-watered garden, like an ever-flowing spring. And then the other one is Isaiah 41:10. Don't be afraid, for I am with you. Don't be discouraged, for I am your God. I'll strengthen you and help you, uphold you with my righteous, victorious right hand. Have a great night.